Once upon a time, there was a girl that felt fat.
Perfect.
And her dad was like, let's go for a ride in the Mustang. And we went for a ride in the Mustang. And my dad bought me an elliptical machine. And that was the last tool that my dad bought for me before he passed, for me to take care of myself. And so when I use it weekly, it's mostly not just for him, but because he gave me that. So I make sure to take care of myself. He died 2 years ago, but he got me that before he died. So that was probably like 3 years. So 3 years with dates with the elliptical machine, and you just get bored and you kind of plateau. So I plateaued. During quarantine, I started the 5 a.m. club, which you get up at 5 a.m. and you immediately work out. And that felt good. And even just doing that for a while, just that routine helped with the insanity and uncertainty that every day felt like just craziness. And also monotony, because every day kind of looks the same and it's just weird. Just to deal with weird. Like a routine helps you deal with weird and what you can control. So I could control what I did with my time. Getting my mind in the right place in the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. So then I was just online trying to find ethical places to buy clothes and somehow landed on a Second You Foundation. And that led to Unibody and realizing that you could have a trainer on the internet and not have to go anywhere. So I could get pushed in my own home and not have to worry about what I look like, not worry about what I smell like, not worry about any of that. And I can be in my own home, and Hector can judge me or whatever, but he won't because he's cool. He's seen me fall over now and make a complete fool of myself, and he's cool. Sit-ups and push-ups and all of that all the time. So that's can be intimidating for somebody that hasn't done that, in the same way that it's intimidating to hire a designer or whatever. But understanding that you're going to achieve better results because you're pushing to the next level, and that next level requiring a lot of hard work and requiring an investment and requiring something that you are uncomfortable with, because as long as we stay comfortable doing the same thing, we're going to get the same results. So getting pushed is the key. Getting pushed, because then you can see what you're capable of. And then knowing your strength and knowing that you can become stronger and actually do more than you think you can. Because as soon as things get hard in our mind, we stop, or we think it's time to stop, or it gets hard and you give up. But that's not the time to give up. It's the time to keep going and the time to see what you're made of. And that's what working with Unibody has shown me, what I'm made of. And it shows up in work, because before, when people would ask me to do installs, heavy things that put big holes in the wall, I would shy away from it, and it would cause a lot of anxiety, and I would avoid it, and I would try to hire it out. I'd try to find what I thought was needed, like a big strong man to hang this big mirror in a stairway or whatever, but I realized I can do it. And it is a similar situation where just because it's hard or uncomfortable or something I'm not used to doing doesn't mean I can't do it. It's that I should do it and I can do it, and then it's actually nothing when you look back at it, and the feeling was way worse than the doing. So yeah, it's growth. It's the growth within that process, and seeing that growth in yourself to go through that process. And I think that process is directly tied to why second chances matter, because doing that with yourself, pushing yourself beyond the limit that you know, is kind of the same thing. Because if we make mistakes, we decide what level we're at, or we decide like socially or economically what we are, and that defines us. And if we allow that to define us, then we can't move beyond that. So if somebody's mistakes or things that happen to them define them, then they don't have a chance for any better. And I don't think anyone would like that. I don't think that's fair for anybody, and I don't think anyone deserves that. So when I learned about that, that was all the motivation I needed to join whatever I needed to join to be a part of that, because that's beauty, and that is what the world needs more of.
Describe a little bit about your personal trainer, Hector.
He was scary at first.
How so?
He's very like, do this, and a little
Strong.
just strong, and not what I'm used to. Like, not used to that in my life.
Have you been able to relate to him on a different
Yes.
level other than exercising?
Yes.
How so?
Just talking about things that matter in our life, and his experience and what he's been through, and how that relates to what I've been through, and how even though they're vastly different, there's commonalities, and mostly just teaching that even though things look very different and they seem very different, they're not, and that we're all basically the same.